Now, I'm sure people that pay attention, we've figured out that Trump is all about confession and projection, right? Projection and confession. When he's accusing somebody else of doing something, that's what he himself is doing. When he accuses Biden of having a terrible economy, he's talking about himself. The Wall Street Journal put this out back in October of 2024. The next president inherits a remarkable economy. The high quality of recent economic growth should put a wind at the back of the White House's next occupant. Oh, just like Obama's economy kept a wind at his back for many, many, many months because he didn't fuck with it. Compared to now, crashing the stock market within 60 days. Nice job. But that's Biden's fault. Not according to the Wall Street Journal and not according to the stock market, which, Trump always uses as his big economic indicator. And now his own people are saying, you can't use the stock market as your economic indicator. What dummy does that? Yeah. Which dummy indeed? We've all seen him. He's turned into a huckster. He's got a little white trash huckster president we have who's selling knickknacks and chutkeys on his website. You know what I'm talking about. The trout, the Trump fish that talks on the wall, the sneakers, all the bullshit. But it gets more dangerous than that. Caroline Leavitt is doing the best job she can, acting insulted that the press would question. It's insulting that you would stand here and question my knowledge of tariffs. And we all know that it's a tariff on the country it's put upon when we all know it's not. The stock market says it's not. 401k say it's not. Those federal workers that were forced to retire and now are watching their retirements dwindle away, they know it's not. Just fucking ridiculous. And even more alarming, I'm going to tell you that Donald Trump put out a truth on his thing about Army recruitment ads look quite different under Trump. The Army recruitment ad shows a TV with an upside down pink triangle and a slash mark across it. Now, an upside down pink triangle, if people don't know, I had that bumper sticker on my car back in the 80s because I'm that old and I'm that gay. The pink triangle was put in concentration camps because he didn't just go after Jews. He went after gypsies. He went after the LGBTQ plus community. And he would put the upside down pink triangle on the gays. That's where the upside down pink triangle comes from. And if you can see his recruitment ad here, this is red meat for the base. Just throwing that out there. Like, we're not forgetting about you. We're still going after the gays. Don't get distracted by all this economic nonsense. What a dipshit. And Dr. Kevin M. Young tweeted out, a sitting president of the United States using a literal Nazi symbol, the pink triangle, sewn onto 15,000 gay men's uniforms in concentration camps to clearly mark them as LGBTQ for shame and extermination. Wake the hell up, America. Wake the hell up indeed. And I'd also like to talk about some Republicans that are now speaking out. Not a lot of them, and I'm going to tell you the way that they're speaking out is weak tea indeed. But the fact that they're speaking out, I suppose they're trying to hope that they can, salvage their midterms, apparently. One of those people is Susan Collins of Maine. And she said the Canadian tariffs will definitely have a detrimental impact on the economy of Maine and on border communities in particular. We have, for example, a major paper mill in northern Maine right on the border that gets its pulp from Canada. That mill alone, which is by far the biggest employer in the region, employs 510 people directly. I've talked to the owner of that mill. The imposition of a 25% tariff could be devastating, she warned. I think it freezes investment until they know exactly what the impact is going to be. So I understand the president's desire to even the playing field, but Canada's just not the problem in Maine, she said, citing the wood products, blueberries, lobsters, and potatoes that go back and forth across the border as key drivers of economy. Senator Rand Paul, and I'll give it to Senator Rand Paul, he's either spot the fuck on or he's so far off base you don't even need to pay attention. But he's spot on here. Rand Paul of Kentucky says, hearing a deluge of complaints from business leaders in Kentucky about potential impact of Trump's trade policies on the local economy, I have every major industry in Kentucky lobbying me against them. Large cargo shippers, the farmers, the bourbon manufacturers, the home builders, the home sellers, you name it. Fence manufacturers, Paul told The Hill. The bourbon industry says they'll still hurt from the retaliatory tariffs during Trump's first term. So do the farmers. He said the federal government had to pay $20 billion to $30 billion in the first administration to farmers to mitigate the economic impact of tariffs. It shows the fallacy of believing in a policy of tariffs if you immediately have to borrow a bunch of money to give it to the people that you hurt. There need to be Republicans who are still extolling the virtues of international trade. Thank you, Rand Paul. I mean, yeah, they're due. There's a couple others. One Republican senator who requests anonymity to speak with The Hill expressed fear that Republicans will suffer a political backlash if the economy slumps, predicting that Trump's tariff threats, coupled with the tech mogul Elon Musk's push to cut federal spending, will get the blame. People are concerned. Really? They might? Because they are to blame. You dumb fuck. You dumb anonymous fuck. People are concerned that we're about to take a hit in the stock market. About to? Wow. The Senate, I told you this is weak tea. The senator said that fear is shared by fellow GOP senators on the direction of the economy. A second Republican senator who requested anonymity to speak with The Hill about sensitive political topic expressed hope that the turmoil in the stock market would prompt Trump to back away from tariffs as a core element of his economic strategy. It's the most beautiful word in the dictionary. Tariffs. I love them. I love the word tariff. Maybe if his approval rating keeps diving and the economy starts to pinch, maybe Trump will shift on tariffs. But in the meantime, what damage are we doing? The senator asked. Tomorrow, he might lift the sanctions that he just put on yesterday. It's crazy, the senator remarked. Senator Mike Rounds of South Dakota, who's up for re-election next year, said farmers in South Dakota support Trump strongly, but they're telling him to relay the message to Washington that threats of tariffs are weighing heavily on their business outlooks. There are really strong Trump supporters here. Most of them are saying, we get it. We don't like the idea. You need to talk to him about what tariffs are going to do, he said of farmers in his home state. They say, we get it, but you guys have to tell him how seriously we are concerned about this. Yeah, we know. But, Carolyn Levitt, she says, oh, don't insult me about my knowledge of economics and tariffs. They are not going to hurt U.S. Okay, Carolyn Levitt. Okay, Carolyn Levitt.